Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Sombrom, Artistic Director at Dance Cleveland, and today I am joined by Jessica Bennett, choreographer and dancer with Cleveland Dance Project. Thanks for joining us, Jessica.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
Hi. So we are so excited here at Dance Cleveland. Thanks to funding from the Ohio Arts Council and the Arts Next grant, we have been able to kind of start this new pilot program, a choreography mentorship, where we're pairing local choreographers with world-renowned dance makers. And the first one that we are pairing, of course, is yourself with Stephen Petronio. So we wanted to take some time today to kind of hear about that process, get to know you, and get to know a little bit about the piece that you're creating and what people can expect to see at 78th Street Studios on Third Friday when this is going to be performed. So to get started, let's start with yourself. Tell me a little bit about you. What was your dance journey and what is Cleveland Dance Project?
Yeah. So again, yep, she introduced her. My name is Jessica Bennett. I have been dancing since my dance journey started since I was like 4. I started at they call it a pre-professional ballet school called the Canton Ballet. So I was primarily ballet from about 4 until I turned 18, and I had the lucky opportunity or the fortunate opportunity to be on their company, first an apprentice and a company member. So I got to really understand, the hard work and devotion that goes into dance. If you really, if it's something that's important to you or something that you want to pursue. And then from there, I studied modern at OSU, and I did a dual degree in psychology and modern dance there. Sorry, my dog is in the background. Sorry about that. So I spent time in Columbus studying at OSU, and that was a really special time. I was able to work under modern instructors, choreographers who were like principal dancers for, some of the really well-known late modern choreographers from New York, like Merce Cunningham, Paul Taylor. I even got to work on a project with a woman who was part of like the Isadora Duncan lineage, Trisha Brown. So it was really awesome to work under instructors who had like firsthand experience with people that kind of paved the way for at least the late modern period. So that was my undergrad experience. And then from there, I thought that I was going to go the route of grad school into psychology. Like dance was kind of like a side dish, if you will. But I ended up joining a group of dancers while I was there, and we had an awesome run in Columbus. Our name was Backspace, and we had a following, and we were performing in on stages, but also like in like galleries and other venues, entertainment. Like it was awesome to kind of just get catapulted into what it was like to be part of a dance ensemble.
So you're used to doing like pop-up things and in non-traditional spaces. Very cool.
Yeah, I value that because I don't know. I feel like when you go to like the proscenium, the stage, the theater, it doesn't reach everybody. That's a certain demographic, which is fine. But when you take dance to the people, I think then you start to get beyond audiences that are just dance enthusiasts. And I think for dance to thrive, you need to connect with other audiences, not just people who are like following, like what's going on at this theater or that theater.
Yeah, we're really excited. I mean, 78th Street Studios is a new space for us. And partnering with Cleveland Dance Project, a local company here, I think it's great that we'll be able to bring some mentorship and some influence from Stephen Petronio company, but also get to work with you and your dancers to bring space into a place where usually dance isn't performed.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's beautiful to do that, right? To take it into the community.
What is Cleveland Dance Project? What do you do there?
So for Cleveland Dance Project Company, I'm on the board. I serve as the vice president. And Cleveland Dance Project Company is our dance and wellness company, where we really champion wellness for our dancers, but also trying to bring that to the community through dance and other modalities like meditation and mindfulness. So I serve on the board for the company. And then for Cleveland Dance Project, the group, the like umbrella organization, I get to dance and choreograph depending on like what I decide to do those seasons, and I also serve as the assistant director.
Awesome.
And that's a really awesome, it's a wonderful community. We've grown even over the pandemic. Like we have a showcase coming up in December, the first weekend of December, and we have like over 100 dancers and I believe 19 choreographers. I hope I'm not mixing
Now,
that
can
up.
anyone audition to be part of Cleveland Dance Project?
18 and up. So it's
Okay.
really for adults, which is so exciting because I feel like, I don't know, especially in the Midwest, dance is kind of for young people and
Right.
teens. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it's so great that you're creating a space where people with dance training who, if they didn't necessarily want to make professional dance a full-time career, they still have those performance opportunities and opportunities to learn from new choreographers. And that's such a great thing. We're really excited to partner with you guys.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the piece you're creating. For this particular project, we paired you with Stephen Petronio. We have at Dance Cleveland an upcoming performance of the full Stephen Petronio company on November 12th at Playhouse Square. But leading up to that, we wanted to find someone that, as you said, you got to do some modern work with, like Trisha Brown. Of course, Stephen was one of Trisha Brown's, their first male dancer. So that's a great connection.
Yes.
But tell me a little about the piece you're creating. Now, Stephen's not choreographing this. You're choreographing this. He is serving as a mentor and helping to guide the process. But tell us about the piece specifically. What inspired you to create the piece? How many dancers are there? What's the title of it? What's the feel of it? And what can people expect?
Yeah. So the piece is titled Spurious, which indicates like a facade or pretend or fake. And the concept behind it is authenticity and just the conversation around asking yourself, like, how authentic are you in all areas of your life, right? Like, I feel that culturally people can code switch, like that happens like for different people culturally, or like even just day to day, like you have your work mode and you have like who you might be in front of your family or your partner or your friends or yourself, and exploring like the different sides to each of us. And I personally feel like I feel like authenticity is a buzzword now, but I think for good reason. I think for mental health purposes, it's better for us to just be most aligned with like who we think we truly are. So I'm trying to like pull that into the piece and maybe make people think about that. The piece has 4 dancers. They're beautiful and they've been able to just take whatever I throw at them. The tone is, I think it's kind of driving and it's not dark or light. I hope that it just makes people feel like it's familiar. I should also say it starts with text to kind of lay the groundwork for what the piece is about. Yeah, I think that's all I'll say.
Where did you pull some of the text from?
A TED Talk, actually. I took a TED Talk. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I don't have the woman's name right now. I feel like I'm doing her a disservice. But it's going to be on a program. I pulled a TED Talk where the woman is talking about authenticity and like these different versions of ourselves. And I manipulated it. So I repeated certain parts of it. Yeah, so it'll be kind of an interesting sound score. I manipulated it so that like certain parts make your ears perk up as an audience member.
Awesome.
So
that So surrounding the performance, we're also going to have a chance for people to see the piece a few times during 78 Street Studios' Third Friday event. And then we'll also have Stephen Petronio there to help talk about the mentorship, as well as yourself and the dancers to answer anyone's questions about the piece or the process. So if they want more information, they can always chat with everyone at that event. But tell me about the mentorship. So how did that work? What was it like working with Stephen? I know you guys have been working across Zoom, so virtually, and then Stephen's also going to be taking a site visit here to get to work with you ahead of their show in person a little bit as well. What's that been like, and how does that process work?
So it's been like truly, I'm not just saying this, it's been like really enjoyable. Not only because like his name is so huge in the dance world, but also like, studying modern in my undergrad, like his name came up a lot. So like I already, like his name is very loaded for me in a good way. Like I already have a sense like, oh yes, he's knows what he's doing. He's talented. Like his work is, I think, really awesome. So it's an honor to just to communicate with someone that has his knowledge and wisdom, it feels. And then the process itself, I think, has been the best we could make it, being like far apart. Like it honestly felt very personable and we communicated well. The process has been, I would send him videos of each rehearsal, like after they would happen, and give it a few days, and then we would have a Zoom call and I would pose questions for feedback. And I appreciate his caution around influencing me one way or the other, like not being too opinionated and just begging questions of like, oh, did you think about this for your process or this for your concept? You know, because it truly is mine. But it's nice just to have his eyes on it and knowing that we're going to connect, or if I have questions, or, you know, as a choreographer, you're always asked, like, it's yours, it's born of you. You're asking yourself, like,
Sure.
oh, is this a good choice? Like, does this make sense? Is this reading? And so to have someone like him be able to give me that feedback, it's been really awesome. And he's, yeah, it's been really great.
That's great. We're so glad you're enjoying the process, and we can't wait to have him here on the ground. What do you hope that people take away from this performance?
I
What are
think,
your goals?
yeah, my goals, I hope that, let's see, that's a good way to frame it. I hope that it makes them want to see more dance. Like, I hope that it makes them curious about like what dance is happening around Cleveland. I hope it makes them more curious about CDP and Dance Cleveland and Petronio. So I hope that like it just makes them, it inspires them to get out more and try to find more opportunities to see dance.
Mhm.
So there's that, like on a bigger scale. And then for the piece, like I really do hope it makes people think about authenticity and like who they feel they truly are, and do they show that to everyone. um yeah, I hope my dancers enjoy it. I know that I'm saying like that's not the audience, but like it's, process is so important for me, and I want my dancers to feel good about, you know, what they are also showing the
Mhm.
audience. Mhm.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see the finished product. It's been really fun. I've gotten to see some of the rehearsal videos and photos, and it looks like you guys are working really hard. I'm amazed at how quickly you have worked. I mean, it's
Oh,
really only been 6 to 8 weeks, and you're going to have a nearly 10-minute long piece, which is incredible.
oh, cool.
So this has been a process to watch from afar too, and see how it's unfolded. So thank you so much for sharing, your dancers with us and your artistry. And we're just really excited to see the finished product.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been a great experience.